Hello, good morning everyone. So if I am audible and if you are able to see the screen clearly, please type OK in the chat box so that we can start with the session. Okay, fine. I hope everything is okay. You are able to clearly see the screen and I am audible also. Welcome to this live session. So this is our live session number 3 and we are practicing important MCQs related to BFM, right? So let's start with the first question. If any issue, please use the chat box to just bring the issue to my notice so that I can do away with. Now let's see the first question of today's session. So this question was asked in one of the previous year examination. I think in 2022 it was asked. So I request you to please take a screenshot of this so that there is a case study based on this particular question. Right? There is a case study. So I request you to take a screenshot of this particular slide because most of the time you will require this particular slide. Right? So let me tell you what it is all about. What this table tells you, that you can see in this particular table that on the row side you will see uh, these are the currencies like US dollar, Saudi Riyal, INR, and these are the years. These are the time period: 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and interest rate has been given. For USD 3 month, you can see it is 1.5%. For USD 6 month 2%. For USD 12 month 2.25%. Similarly, for Saudi Riyal 3 rates has been given, and similarly for INR 3 rates have been given. I request you to take a screenshot of it because you will require it during the calculation, right? Okay, fine. So now let's begin with the first question of this related to this particular case study. Let's see the first question that we have. The first question is, what will be the 6 month USD forward rate if the spot dollar is 73.75? So you take the data of 6 month USD, you take this data, right? Let me also take a sniping of this particular thing. Okay. Yes. So you can see USD question is, what will be the 6 month USD forward rate if the spot dollar is 73.75? Right. Take a moment to read it carefully and type your guess in the chat. I want everyone to participate. Whatever you think is correct, just type in the chat box. While you think about the answer, let me explain what the question is asking. It is about calculating forward rate using interest rate for USD and INR. It is about calculating forward rate, right? You have to calculate the forward rate. Let me again show you the particular chart, because you will use this particular chart to solve this particular question. Okay, now I hope you have gone through this particular question. Now let's break it down step by step. First, a quick question for all of you. What is the 6 month interest rate for USD and INR in the table provided? Please tell. Such type of case study is asked in the examination. What is the 6 month interest rate for USD and INR? Type your answer. First of all, tell me what is the 6 month interest rate for USD? What is the 6 month interest rate for US dollar? What do you think? So it is 2%, right? It is 2%. And what is 12 month interest rate? What is 6 month interest rate for INR? Please see in this table. It is clear that what is the interest rate for 6 month interest rate for Indian rupees? It is 6%, right? Right, Dinesh. I think you are able to hear to my voice, right? Is it six? So you can see easily. Yes, 2% and 6%. Very good. Yes, correct. Okay, okay, fine. Okay. So great. Now let's see. Let's move forward. So you know the interest rate is 2% and 6%. Okay. Now, what is the next question? What is the spot exchange rate for USD in the question? Just see what is the spot exchange rate for the USD. The spot exchange rate given is how much? 73.75, right? Right. The spot rate is 73.75 for 1 USD. So let me write it down. USD is equal to 2%, and for INR it is 6% interest rate. Just let me know whether you are able to see the thing I am writing on the screen. I am writing the answer on the screen. Is it visible to you? If it is visible, type yes, clear. Okay. Now let's move forward. You see the spot rate in INR. The spot rate is INR 1 USD. I can write it like 73.75 rupees. Right. This is 1 USD. Okay. Now let's calculate the forward rate step by step in simple terms. Yes, okay, clear, very good. So let's calculate the we have to calculate the forward rate, and we have been provided the spot rate, right? So how to calculate the forward rate? First, we assume that we are dealing with $100. First, what we assume? We assume that we are dealing with $100, right? So so if you multiply it by 100, you have to do it both the side. So after multiplying it by 100, you will get what? 100 USD, and this will be equal to how much? 7375 INR, isn't it? Next, we calculate interest rate for both the currency. Right. So now let's calculate interest rate for both the currency. How do we do it? So interest rate for both the currency for 6 months, because clearly written 6 month USD. So can you calculate what will be the interest rate for USD 6 month? Suppose I invest this particular amount, right? So what will be the interest rate for USD for 6 month? So how to calculate the interest rate for USD for 6 month? It is nothing but 100. Please calculate. You know the formula for interest rate, right? P into R into T upon 100. Yes, I will. Let me see. Just wait a minute. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, so I hope. Let me again rephrase this particular question. You have been asked to calculate 6 month USD forward rate, right? I think few people are joining. Few people are messaging me to join. Just wait a minute. I'm also joining those people. Okay. Yes. So let's calculate the interest rate. Yes, let's calculate the interest rate for USD for 6 months. How to calculate the interest rate? The formula is quite simple. P into R into T upon 100. Right. I think you all are familiar with this particular formula. So for USD, this is if you calculate the interest rate. So P is how much? 100. What is the rate? Rate already we have seen. The rate is how much? 2%, as you can see. For US dollar 6 month, the rate is 2%. Remember, this question was asked in 2022 BFM examination. This was 5 marks case study, right? So for USD, the rate of interest is 2%. This is for 6 month. So 2 by 100. So our in R will be 2 by 100. So P into R into T. Now T what I take? What we will take? We will take 6 by 12, because this is 6 month, and we have to convert it into year. That's why we will divide it by 12. So this will be 6 divided by 12, right? So please calculate how much you are getting. This will be equal to 1. If you calculate the interest rate for US dollar, this will be equal to 1. Similarly, calculate the interest rate for Indian rupees. If we calculate the Indian interest rate for Indian rupees, what will that be? So what is the amount is 7375 P into R. What is the rate of interest? What is the rate of interest for INR for 6 month forward? You can see it clearly. It is 6%, right? As per this chart, it is 6%. So P into R into T. So you just write R 6%. into t. What is time period? Time period is 6 months. So into 6 by 12. Can you type what are you getting in the chat? Please type what is the interest you are getting in the chat. I hope you have pen paper and calculator with you, right? So just type what you are getting in the chat box. Okay, so Dinesh has answered 221.25. Exactly. Very good. Very good, Dinesh. Yes, the answer is 221.25. Very good. This will be equal to 221.25. Right? Okay. So let me erase this thing. I hope this is clear now. Till this now, some people have joined late. Okay. So let me again refresh this particular question for them so that they can also understand what the question is all about. See, this question is about this particular table has been provided to you. In this table you will see currency and time period, right? Currency, you can see US dollar, Saudi Riyal, INR, and the corresponding interest rate has been provided. So this question is related to arbitrage. You might have heard arbitrage in the BFM unit 1. So I request you to take a screenshot of this particular slide, because we will use it this particular slide in the all the question, all the 5 question. I hope you have taken the screenshot. Now, this was the first question asked, that what will be the 6-month USD forward rate if the spot dollar is 73.75. So it means that a spot rate is given 73.75. We have multiplied both side by 100 so that it become easier for us to calculate. So after multiplication, we get 100 USD is equal to 7375 INR. Now this is a spot rate. We have calculated the interest rate for 6 months, right? For USD, we have got rupees 1, and for INR, we have got 2 to 1.25, right? Is everything clear till now? Please type okay, yes in the chat box so that we can start for further. We can go further. Are you able to listen to my voice? And also, is the slide clear to you? Everything is clear? Please let me know, because let us make this session interactive. Your response, okay, okay, fine, everything is okay, I assume that. So now, what we do, let's add the interest rate to the principal amount, right? Let's add the interest rate to the principal amount. So if we add the interest rate to the principal amount for these two currencies that we have two currency, right? We have two currency, US dollar as well as, on one side we have USD, on other side we have INR. So what if we add interest rate to the principal for USD, how much we will get? 100 plus 100 plus 1, right? Because 1 is the interest rate for USD. This will be equal to 101. This will be equal to 101 USD. And now similarly, if we add for INR, what will be the total? If we add interest, what will be the amount? So principal is 7375 and interest we have calculated is 221.25. So after addition, how much are you getting? Please type in the chat box. After addition, how much are you getting? Yes. Well, so if you add 7375 plus 221.25, so I think you will get 7596.25, right? 7596.25. Are you getting the same? I hope you are also getting the same. So now finally we have to find the forward rate, right? What is asked in the question? In the question you have been asked to calculate the forward rate. So how to go about calculating the forward rate? It's quite simple. You can see that we have just to equate both of them. We will equate 1101 USD is equal to, this is INR, this is equal to 7596.25 INR, right? So just apply the unitary method. So this means 1 USD will be how much? 7596.25 divided by 101. So tell me, what is the value you are getting after this division? Just divide them and tell me the answer in the chat. What value are you getting? Divide both of them, 7596.25 upon 101. I think you will get 75.21, isn't it? Are you getting the same? Please, I request you to take full advantage of this particular session. You should have pen, paper, and calculator with you, right? Because once you solve the question and suppose you got the wrong answer, then you will get to know that what mistake I am doing, right? Because BFM, in BFM there is a 30 to 40% weightage of numerical part, right? So numerical portion you can only master by just solving it. Assume that you are in the exam hall and this question appear in front of you. What you will do? So assume create such type of temperament, right? So 1 USD is equal to 75.21. So what is the correct answer? Option number B is the correct answer, right? So you can think of it like this: forward rate are adjusted based on how much interest is earned in both the currency over the time. Forward rate are adjusted based on how much interest is earned in both the currency over the time. Now you can see Indian rupees has higher interest rate, which is equivalent to 2 to 1.25 as compared to USD. So Indian rupees will depreciate faster, making the forward rate higher than the spot rate. Let me know in the chat if this explanation was clear, and if you have any doubt, feel free to ask. Please let me know if this explanation was clear to you. Yes, 75.21. Very good. So this is our answer to this particular question. This is the forward rate that have been asked to calculate. Okay, clear. Very good. Now let's move to the next question. Let's move to the next question. So again, I request you, I hope you have taken the screenshot of this particular table. Now let's move to the question number 2. The question USD forward rate if a spot dollar is 74.00. Think about the question and type your guesses in the chat. Let us see how many of you can crack this one. Okay, clear. Very good. Okay, I'm showing the question. Just wait a minute. So this is the question, right? This is the question. Please take it a screenshot, right? Please take the screenshot because you will use the data from this particular question to solve it, right? I hope all of you have taken a screenshot of this particular question. So let me show you the actual question, right? The actual question is this one. What will be the 12-month USD forward rate if the spot dollar is 74.00? So, all right, before solving, let me ask you a quick question. What is the 12-month interest rate for USD and INR from the table? Right, type your answer in the chat. What is the 12-month interest rate for USD and INR from the table? Right, please do you see this table. What is the 12-month interest rate for USD and INR? Just type what do you think is in the chat box. 12-month interest rate for USD is how much and for INR is how much? Yes, 2.25 and 6.25. Exactly. Very good. Very good, Dinesh, Shraddha, and Padma. Very good. Right. So it is quite clear from the table that this is this one. Just wait a minute. This one. Yeah, this one is the interest rate for USD for 12 month, and this one is the interest rate for INR for the 12 month, 2.25 and 6.25 respectively. Okay, so the 12-month interest rate, let's break this problem into simple steps so that everyone can follow. Now, what we will do, we will assume 100 USD as the starting amount. We will start with 100 USD, right? We will start with 100 USD. So what is the spot rate? You can see $1 is equal to 74.00. If anyone has solved this question, please type the answer, right? I will appreciate that if you are able to solve on your own. We just multiply both side by 100. So what will that be? $100 is equal to 7400 Indian rupees, isn't it? So what does this step mean? Why do we multiply the spot rate by 100? Can you tell me why we are multiplying it by 100? Yes, why we are multiplying it by 100? Please let me know. What is the reason behind multiplying both side by 100? If you think please type in the chat. So let me make you clear that this step ensure that we are working with the round number, making the calculation simpler, right? There is nothing to do because we are just making our calculation simple. That is why we are multiplying both side by 100. Now the next step is to calculate interest for both the currency, right? You have to calculate the interest for both the currency. How to go about calculating that? See, for US dollar, if you calculate interest for US dollar, so you know the formula is quite simple, P into R into T upon 100. So for US dollar, what is the P? Principal is rupees 100. What is R? Rate of interest, I know you just have type is 2.25. So I will write 2.25 upon 100. And what is T? T is 12 months, which is equal to 1 year. So just multiplied by 1. So how much interest you are getting for US dollar? Tell me how much interest you are getting for US dollar. Okay, so one answer I am getting 1387.5. 1387.5. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I will just do it. Let us see. So let's move step by step. So please tell what interest are you getting for USD just after this calculation. So it's quite simple. If you multiply, you will get 2.25. Right? You will get 2.25. Now similarly, calculate the interest for INR. What will be the interest for INR? The interest for INR, you just calculate it. Okay, so am I getting a response? Okay, so Dinesh is saying after calculating interest rate for INR, this will be 462, right? Yeah, Dinesh, exactly, very good. It will be just see 7400 multiplied by 6.25 upon 100 into 1. So this will give you 462.5, right? So this is interest for INR. Another question for you all: why is the INR interest amount so much higher than the USD? Please tell. See, you can see the interest for USD is just 2.25 and for interest for INR is 462.5. So why is that? Why is the Indian rupees interest rate so much higher than the USD interest rate? What do you think? What do you think is the reason? Yes, exactly, exactly. Yes, good answer. The Indian rupees INR interest is higher because the interest rate for INR is higher than USD. You can clearly see that interest for INR is 6.65 and interest rate for USD is 2.25. So since interest rate is higher, that is why interest value is also higher. Now what we will do, we will add the interest. So for USD, how much we will get? Just add 100 plus 2.25. So this will give you 102.25, right? And for INR, what we will get? For INR, we will get 7400 plus 462.5. So this will give us 7862.5. So this step show the future value of both currency after 1 year. So what the value you have got two values, right? The first value you have got is 102.25 and the second value is 7862.5. What are these two values represent? These values show the future value of both the currency after 1 year. And finally, we will calculate the forward rate by dividing future value of INR by the future value of USD. So we can write that $102.25 is equal to 7862.5 INR. So you have to calculate how much how much $1 is worth. So just apply the unitary method. So this will give you 7862.5 divided by 102.25. So what answer are you getting? Tell me, what answer are you getting after this calculation? So after division, tell your answer. What are you getting? D, very good, Shraddha, very good. 76.89, right? 76.89. Yeah, option number D is correct. Very good. So here is a simple way to think about it. We are looking at how much Indian rupees is needed to buy one US dollar after both currency grow by their respective interest rate for 12 months. Since INR has a higher interest rate, so it loses the value faster which increases the forward rate as compared to a spot rate, right? So INR has a higher interest rate, so that's why it loses the value faster, right? So which increases the forward rate compared to the spot rate. So did you get this one right? Type got it in the chat if it is clear. If it is clear, you just type got it in the chat box so that we can move to the next question. And if you have any confusion, please ask. Okay, got it. Very good, Dinesh. Okay, so I hope everyone got this particular question. So now let's move to the next question. So question number 3, based on the same data, is in the front of your screen, right? So let's tackle our next question. Let me show you the data. The question is regarding what will be the 3-month Saudi Riyal forward rate if the spot Saudi Riyal is 19.32. Options are 18.99, 19.28, 19.36, 19.98. Take a moment, think it through, type your answer in the chat. Let's see how many of you get it right. So let me again show you the data. Let me again show you the table. So this was the table, initial table. If any one of you have not taken the screenshot, please again take the screenshot, because this is a type of case study, right? So take this screenshot of this particular interest rate. You will use it throughout this particular question. I hope you have taken the screenshot. Now let's move to this particular question again. Yeah, this is the third question. What will be the 3-month Saudi Riyal forward rate if a spot Saudi Riyal is 19.32? Yes, I hope all of you have taken the screens going through this particular question. Okay, fine. So now let us break this question step by step. I have already, I think you are familiar with the step, right? So let's take a step by step. Before we solve this step by step, here is a quick question for you. What is the 3-month interest rate for Saudi Riyal and INR from the table? Please type in the chat box. What is the interest rate for Saudi Riyal and INR from the table? So let me show you the table. So this is the table we are talking about. Yeah, this is the table. So what is the interest rate for Saudi Riyal and INR? Just type in the chat. What do you think? And for just you have to calculate for 3 months, right? What is the 3-month interest rate? So I hope you have got it right. So 3-month interest rate for Saudi Riyal, you can see in the table, it's quite clear that it is 6.5%. And for INR, it is 5.75%. I have highlighted both of them. So let me write down. Saudi Riyal, it is 6.5%. And for INR, it is 5.755%. Right? Now, let's break this down in step by step to solve this question. So here we are, right? So we know the interest rate. So to make the calculation easier, we take Saudi Riyal 100 as the base amount. So what is the spot rate? So spot rate is given. I am writing SR. SR means Saudi Riyal. For short, I am writing SR. So 1 SR is equal to 19.32 INR, right? And what we do, we multiply both side by 100. So we will get 100 SR is equal to 191932 Indian Riyal. Is it clear? We have multiplied the both side by 100. Okay, so Sudhanshu has answered 17.09. Okay, Sudhanshu, very great. Let us see whether your answer is wrong or right. We will got it further. We will look it further. So this way, you should also have a pen and paper with you, right? You should also try to solve on your own. So yes, just imagine that you are in the exam hall and such question appear in front of you, because whatever question we are discussing right now have been asked previously in the examination, right? So 1 Saudi Riyal is equal to 1932 INR, right? 100 Saudi Riyal is equal to 1932 INR. We know why we multiply by 100, right? We multiplied by 100 to make the calculation simpler. It helps us compare two currency for interest calculation. Now let's calculate interest for both the currency. So for Saudi Riyal, interest will be 100 times This is P. We know the interest rate, which is 6.5. 6.5 divided by 100. So many of you will ask from where this 6.5 comes. So let me show you. This come from here. This is a table, right? In this table you can see, I again request you to take a screenshot of this particular table. You can clearly see that for Saudi Riyal 3-month interest rate is 6.5, and for INR 3-month interest rate is 5.75. So I hope this confusion is clear now from where we are taking this 6.5. So now P into R into T upon 100, right? P into R into T upon 100. So we know this R, and what is T? T is 3. Now can you tell me why we are dividing this 3 by 12? Why we are doing this 3 by 12? Why not we are taking 3 only? Okay, Sudhanshu, you are correcting your answer 19.28. Okay, fine. Let's see. Please answer my question. My question is why we are dividing 3 by 12? Why not we are just multiplying by 3? So just type your answer in the chat box. So after the calculation, you just calculate and tell me how much are you getting. So I think all of you know it, why we are dividing it at 12. Yes, correct, Shraddha. Very good. It is 3 months. Very good. So we are dividing by 12 because since we are calculating for 3 months, we divide the annual interest rate by 12 to get monthly interest rate. Very good. Right. So to get, see, we have been provided month and we have to calculate the annual interest rate. So we are dividing by 12. Okay. So after calculation, you will get 1.625. I'm just calculating it. I hope you also get the same. So 1.625 you will get. So this is the interest for Saudi Riyal. Now similarly calculate for INR. What will be the interest? So principal amount is 1932 multiplied by interest rate 5.75 divided by 100 multiplied by 3 by 12. How much are you getting for INR? Please type your thought in the chat. For INR, how much are you getting? I think now such type of question will not trouble you anymore. Yes, Sudhanshu, exactly. Very good. Because rate is per annum. That's why we are doing it. Exactly. Yes. So how much are you getting for INR? Please tell. So I hope you all are getting this much. I am also getting 27.7725, right? I hope you are also getting this much. Now, what is our next step? This is these things, these we have calculated as interest. Now we will add the interest to the principal, right? We will add the interest to the principal. For Saudi Riyal, what will be the total amount? For Saudi Riyal, what will be the total amount? So it is 100 plus 1.625. 100 plus 1.625. So this will give you 101.625. And for INR, what is the total amount? It is 1932 plus 27.7725. So this will give you 1959.7725. Isn't it? Are you getting the same? So this step gives us the future value of both the currency after 3 months. So this step give us the future value of both the currency after 3 months. After 3 months, right? Now what we will do? Finally, we will calculate the forward rate by dividing the future value of INR by the future value of Saudi Riyal. Or just we will equate both of them. We will equate both of them. We will say 1101. Just wait a minute. Let me erase it. So we will say we just equate both of them, right? We just equate both of them. We will say 101.625 Saudi Riyal is equal to 1959.77 Indian rupees. So how much will be 1 Saudi Riyal? This will be 1959.7725 divided by 101.625. And after calculation, you will get 19.28. Option number B will be correct. Great, Sudhanshu. Your answer was exactly correct. And Padma also had answered 19.28. Very good. Very good. Nice to see you are able to solve such type of problem. Right. Okay. P into 1 plus R upon 1 plus R. Exactly. Very good. Very good. Yeah, this is a shortcut. Right. Very good. Very good, Sudhanshu. Yes, this shortcut we can use. Which will help, reduce our step. Will also reduce our time. Exactly. So why? Because many things are quite we are calculating it twice, so we have to eradicate that, so we can also use that formula. So now let's see the last part of this particular question. I hope this question is clear. right? We are calculating the future value of both Saudi Riyal and INR after 3 months of interest. Once we have the future value, we can figure out how much INR are required to buy one Saudi Riyal. I think this calculation makes sense to you. Did this calculation make sense? Type clear in the chat if you understood. If not, feel free to ask your question. I will explain it further. Yes, correct, Sudhanshu. Because time is common, that's why it will cancel. So we are just it is just redundant. Okay, I think it is clear, right? Okay, awesome. Great participation, everyone. So now let's move to our next question. Stay focused and keep those answers coming in the chat. Now, this is the last part of this particular case study. So now we will apply the single formula, simple formula to solve this particular. I will tell you a trick to remember it. So now, just Sudhanshu has typed in the chat box. We will apply the same trick. So the question is, what will be the 6-month Saudi Riyal forward rate if a spot Saudi Riyal is 19.50? So this is the question. So just see what we are basically doing. So, spot Saudi Riyal is 19.50 and you are familiar with the rate. So suppose small r is the rate for Saudi Riyal and capital R is the rate for INR, right? So basically what we are doing, I'm simplifying the formula for you, right? So one spot Saudi is given, that means one Saudi Riyal. You just do your calculation. One Saudi Riyal is equal to 19.50 INR. You know it very well, right? We just multiply it by 100. So 100 Saudi Riyal will be how much? 1950 INR. And what we are doing, we are taking a small letter for Saudi Riyal and capital letter for INR. So P into R into T upon 100 is equal to capital P, capital R, capital T upon 100. Right. And after that, what we are doing? So these are the interest rate, right? These are the interest rate. So this is the interest for Saudi Riyal, and this is the interest for our Indian rupees. And then what we are doing, we are just adding with the principal. So P plus P into PRT upon 100. Okay. So let's move step by step. So first of all, calculate the interest for Saudi Riyal. How much that would be? So how much interest are you getting? How much interest are you calculating for both of them? For the Saudi Riyal, how much interest are you getting? So it's quite simple. You just multiply 100 multiplied by, okay, let me show you the table again. Let me show you this particular table. But now the question is for 6 months. So you can see for 6 months, you can easily see for 6 months, the rate of interest is how much? The rate of interest is 7.5% and 6% respectively, right? So we will use this data. For Saudi Riyal, it is 7.5% and interest rate, Indian rupees, it is 6%. So here we are right now. So 7.5 and 6. For Saudi Riyal, SR 100 multiplied by 7.5 divided by 100 multiplied by 6 by 12. We are divided by 12 because we are taking 6 months. So after calculation, you will get 3.75. Right. This is the interest for Saudi Riyal. And for Indian rupees, you will see this is nothing but 1950 multiplied by 7.5. Sorry, not 7.5, it is 6 multiplied by 6. Type your answer. If you have calculated, please type what you are getting in the chat box. Upon 6 upon 100 into 6 by 12. So this will give you 58.5. Isn't it? You are getting the same 58.5 also? Right. I hope you are also doing the calculation. So now we are dividing by 12. You know the very well reason why we are dividing. Not just calculate the amount, right? So just add in interest to the principal. We have just calculated the interest. We just add interest to the principal. So this will give you the final amount. So this will be how much? For Saudi Riyal, it will be 100 plus 3.75, which will be 103.75. And for Indian rupees, this will be how much? For Indian rupees, this will be 1950 plus 58.5. So this will be how much? 2008.5. So this gives us the future value of both the currency after 6 months. So, and Shraddha has answered 19.36. Okay, okay, fine. Very good. Nice to see that you have calculated it. Very good. So, finally, we calculate the forward rate by dividing the future value of INR by future value of Saudi Riyal. We just equate both of them, right? So, we can write that 103.75 Saudi Riyal is equal to 2008.5 Indian rupees. So 1 Saudi Riyal will be equal to 2008.5 divided by 103.75, which will be equal to how much? How much are you getting? Yes, 19.22. One answer I am getting. Sudhanshu is answering 19.22. No, I think that is wrong. The correct answer is 19.36. Right. The correct answer is 19.36. Please do the calculation correctly. 2008.5 divided by 103.75. This will give you 19.36. Yes, the Dinesh has answered 19.3590. Yes, to round off. See the options. You have to go through the option, right? So the closest option to 19.3590 is 19.36, right, Dinesh? So answer will be option number C, right? So I hope in the layman terms we can think of it like this way, that we are looking at how much INR you will need to buy one Saudi Riyal after 6 months. By adding the interest to the principal, we account for the time value of money in both the currency. This give us the forward rate. So did this step by step breakdown make sense? You type crystal clear in the chat if you got it, or type your question if there is anything you would like me to explain further. Okay, crystal clear. Very good. Very good. Very nice. Fantastic participation, everyone. Let's keep up the energy and move on to our next question. Stay tuned and keep the answer coming in the chat. I hope this question is clear to everyone. Right. So now let's move to the next question. So now the next question, as you can see, is from unit number 2. So let me first of all zoom out a little bit. Yeah, it is from unit number 2 of BFM. So here's an interesting question for you. Now let us see what is the question is all about. This is a case study type question. I hope the earlier question was clear now. Let's move on to this particular question. So let me read this question for you. What it is saying, that Mr. Rohan planned to travel abroad for private visit to Russia, and want to carry foreign currency in cash. He also intend to gift $2,000 to a friend living in USA during his trip. He visits his bank and informs them that he has already made multiple foreign visits during the financial year. Rohan is unsure about the limits and the procedure for availing foreign exchange under LRS. What is LRS? Liberalized Remittance Scheme. Additionally, Rohan wants to know what he should do with any unutilized foreign exchange upon returning to India, and whether there are any specific provision for traveler to a specific country like Iran, Libya, or Iran. So uh, this is the scenario which has been presented before you. Now let's see the question. So the question, as you can see, basically the question is that Mr. Rohan planned to travel abroad for a private visit to Russia, and he want to carry foreign currency in cash. He also intend to give $2,000 gift to a friend in USA during his trip. So he informed his bank about the multiple foreign visit. So the question is, what is the maximum amount of foreign exchange Rohan can carry in the form of foreign currency note for his trip to Russia? Right. Options are 3,000 US dollar, 5,000 US dollar, full foreign exchange amount requested, 1,500 US dollar. Take a moment and type your answer in the chat. Okay, I will again show you the question. This is the question. So question is a maximum amount of foreign exchange Rohan can carry in the form of foreign currency note for his trip to Russia. And this is the question. So before we reveal the correct answer, let me ask you a related question. Under the liberalized remittance scheme, what is the maximum limit for remitting foreign exchange by an individual in a financial year? Please answer my question. My question is, under the liberalized remittance scheme, what is the maximum limit for remitting foreign exchange by an individual in a financial year? See, from this particular question, we will ask, we will create 2 to 3 more question, right? So just answer my question that what is the maximum limit for remitting foreign exchange by an individual in a financial year under LRS? Is it $2,50,000 or $50,000 or $5 lakh? Yes, Sudhanshu. Yes, very good. It is $2,50,000. Right, great. The correct answer is $2,50,000 per financial year. Now let's look at the Rohan case more closely and solve this question together. So first of all, Rohan is traveling, right? Rohan is traveling to Russia, which fall under the categories of country for which special provision apply. You know, he is traveling to Russia, and this is the country for which special provision apply, right? He want to carry foreign currency note as cash during his trip. This is different from the usual LRS rule. Yeah, usual LRS rule is different. This is different from the usual LRS rule. Do you know what is the usual limit for carrying foreign currency note in most of the country? Do you know what is the usual limit for carrying foreign currency note in most of the country? See, whatever we are discussing are from your Macmillan book only, and this question have been asked in the previous year, right? In 1 marks question or 2 marks question form. So whatever answer question I am asking in between, you should answer, right? So my question is, what is the usual limit for carrying foreign currency note for most of the country? Just type. What do you think? Okay, I think I'm not getting any response. So let me tell you that for most of the currency, individuals are generally allowed to carry up to US dollar 3,000. You should remember this, US dollar 3,000, right? For most of the country, for most of the country, individuals are allowed to carry up to US dollar 3,000 in foreign currency note, FCN. FCN means foreign currency note. The rest can be carried in other form like traveler check or forex card, but 3,000 foreign currency note are allowed for individual to carry, right? However, when traveling to Russia or other country in the CIS, do you know what is CIS? What is CIS? You know about CIS? Please tell. You know about CIS? CIS is called Commonwealth of Independent State, right? You should know it. I have already discussed it in the lecture. Again, I am telling you that CIS is called Commonwealth of Independent State. So for countries like Russia or other countries in the CIS, there is an exception. Travelers are allowed to carry the full amount of foreign exchange requested in the form of foreign currency note. They are allowed to carry the full amount of foreign exchange requested in the form of foreign currency. Can you name some other country where this exception apply? Can you name some other country where this exception apply? Yes, one answer I am getting: Iran, Russia, Libya and Syria. Okay, great, great, very nice, great answer. Some example include. Let me write down the example like Iran, right? Iraq, Libya, right? And Russia. Russia is of course there, right? So in this case, as you can see, since Rohan is visiting Russia, so he can carry the full foreign exchange amount requested. So what will be the correct answer? Please type the correct answer in the chat box. Yes, religious pilgrim. Very good. So what is the correct answer now? So obviously the correct answer is option number C. Option number C is the correct answer. Yes, Govda, please. You have raised the hand. Is there any doubt? Is this clear? Whatever we have talked just now, I have told you that for most of the country, the limit is 3,000 US dollar. But for country which come under CIS, right, the limit is how much? 5,000. Sorry, it is full amount, full foreign exchange amount requested, right? Now, let's not stop there. Rohan has another query. You see, he has another query. One more question can be framed from this particular case study. See, the one more question can be framed. The question can be that what should he do with any unutilized foreign exchange when he returned to India? It's clearly written. What should he do with any unutilized foreign exchange when he returned to India? Let me ask you, how many days does a traveler have to surrender the unutilized foreign exchange to an authorized dealer in India? My question is, how many days does a traveler have to surrender the unutilized foreign exchange to an authorized dealer in India? Option number one, 30 days. Option number 2, 90 days. Option number 3, 180 days. Type your guess in the chat. My question is, how many days does a traveler have to surrender the unutilized foreign exchange to an authorized dealer in India? What do you think? Yes, Shraddha has answered 180 days. Or the other person, can you also type what do you think is correct? Just type, right? Whether it is wrong or right doesn't matter, because such type of question, if you get in examination, you should not get that incorrect. That is our main motive, right? Okay, Dinesh is answering option 3. Right, great, exactly. Traveler must surrender unutilized foreign exchange to an authorized dealer within 180 days to returning to India. This ensures compliance with FEMA. Right. So to recap the point which we have covered in this particular question, first thing is that the Rohan can carry the full amount. Yes, 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 correct, Sudhanshu. 180 days, right? Very good. Rohan can carry the full amount of foreign exchange in cash for his trip to the Russia. Upon returning, he must surrender any unutilized foreign exchange within 180 days. Right. So did you find this question an explanation engaging? Right. Type helpful in the chat if you did. I hope you find this question and explanation engaging. Type helpful in the chat. Right. If you did, let's move to the next question. Okay, Dinesh, helpful. Very good. Nice. So I think this was your concept is clear now, that for which country how much cash you can take in the form of foreign currency notes. Right. We have cleared it. Now let's take another case study. Here is an important scenario for you. Let's see this scenario. Okay, please repeat all limits. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm repeating all limits. Just wait a minute. So what we have learned in the earlier question that uh, first thing is that Rohan is traveling to Russia, right? For which a special provision apply. He want to carry foreign currency note as cash during his trip. This is different from the usual LRS rule. For most country, individuals are generally allowed to carry up to US dollar 3000. For most country, for usual country, it is 3000 US dollar in foreign currency notes, right? The rest can be carried in other form like traveler check or forex card. However, while traveling to the Russia or any country under CIS, CIS is called Commonwealth of Independent State, CIS, right? So there is an exception. Travelers are allowed to carry the full amount of foreign exchange requested in the form of foreign currency note. Some other country under CIS are Iran, Iraq, Libya, right? So in this case, Rohan is visiting Russia, so he can carry the full foreign exchange amount requested. I hope this clarify the concept. Now let's move on to this particular question. Right, I hope it was clear now. Okay, so let's move on to this question. As you can see, the question is on front of your screen. Let's repeat. A resident India, Mr. Rajesh, a resident Indian, gives an interest free loan of 10 lakh to his NRI brother, who is Mr. Arjun, who lives in USA. Mr. Arjun planned to use this loan to start a small business in India, but is also considering investing part of it in plantation business. As you can see, he is investing in a plantation business. The repayment period is 2 years, and Mr. Arjun planned to repay the loan using fund from his foreign bank account. So please take a screenshot of this, right? Because we will. This is the case based on which we will do 2 to 3 questions. So I have to again scroll up and down. So better it is you take the screenshot, right? Instead of scrolling up and down, you take the screenshot of it, right? So fine. I hope you have gone through this question. Let us see the first question of this particular case study. The first question is, which of the following condition does this loan violate? Which of the following condition does Mr. Rajesh loan to his NRI brother violate? Option A say the loan should be interest free. Option B say the maximum maturity of the loan should be at least 1 year. Option C say the loan amount should be not be used for plantation activity. Option D says the loan can be repaid from foreign bank account. Please note in this question more than one answer can be one option can be correct. More than one option can also be correct, right? It is not like that only one option is correct. More than one option can be correct, like A and B, B and C, like that, right? So type your answer in the chat. Do you think it violate any one condition or two condition or none at all? What do you think? Let me again show you the case. So question is regarding the violation of the rule. Let me again show you the case. So does this violate any case? Okay, so one answer I am got from Sudhanshu, from Shraddha, sorry. Shraddha has answered option C and D. Okay, fine. Very good. Very nice to see your participation. Very good. So let's see whether it is correct or not. I hope other member will also answer whatever they think is correct. Let me again show you the question. Question is this: which of the following condition does Mr. Rajesh loan to his NRI brother violate? So Sudhanshu has answered A and D. Okay, fine. So before we reveal the answer, let us break this down step by step with a few mini questions to test your knowledge. Right? See, on the basis of this question, many questions can be framed. I am just presenting before you. Under RBI regulation, can a resident Indian give an interest-free loan to an NRI family member? My question is, under RBI regulation, can a resident Indian give an interest-free loan to an NRI family member? Type yes or no in the chat. Whether a resident Indian give a interest-free loan to a NRI family member. What do you think? Dinesh has answered no. Means the resident Indian cannot give interest-free loan to any NRI family member. See, this question you can answer only when your bit concept is clear, right? So I am getting no answer. I am again repeating the question. Question is, can a resident Indian give an interest-free loan to an NRI family member? So two answer I have got no. Sorry, both of you are wrong. Yes, the correct answer is yes. RBI permits such loan to NRI relative provided certain conditions are met. See, in your BFM book, this case has been written, clearly written. So the answer yes, correct answer is yes. RBI permits such loan to NRI relative provided certain conditions are met. One of those conditions is that loan must be interest free. I am again and again telling you, interest free, interest free. See, this interest free plays a crucial role. If the loan is interest free, then in that case, if the loan is interest free, in that case, a resident Indian can give interest free loan to an NRI family member. In this particular case, it is clearly written that Mr. Rajesh is a resident Indian and he is giving loan to his NRI brother, Mr. Arjun, right? And clearly written interest free loan, right? So if this loan is interest free, यदि ये loan interest free होगा, तो Mr. Rajesh is not violating any condition, right? Mr. Rajesh has fulfilled the condition. Now question number 2. I hope it is clear now. Yes, okay, very good. Now question number 2. What is the minimum maturity period for loan given to NRI under RBI regulation? What is the minimum maturity period for loan given to NRI under RBI regulation? Option number 1, 6 months. Option number 2, 1 year. Option number 3, 3 year. See, from a single question we are framing different type of question possible, right? My question is, what is the minimum maturity period for loan given to NRI under RBI regulation? 6 months, 1 year or 3 year? Minimum maturity. I'm talking about minimum maturity. Yes, Sudhanshu, very good. It should be interest free because any interest earned is taxable. Exactly, very good. Right, you have a clear clarity of concept. Great to know that. Now, my question is minimum maturity period. Can you tell me what should be the minimum maturity? Whether it is 6 months, 1 year, or 3 year, minimum maturity period for loan given to NRI under RBI regulation. Type your answer in the chat. 6 months, 1 year, or 3 year. What do you think? Okay, so the answer is answered 1 year. Rest member can also answer. Don't worry whether it is right or wrong, doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter whether it is right or one answer I'm getting is 6 months. See, I'm telling you the answer. The answer is 1 year. So the answer is correct. Loan must have a minimum maturity of 1 year. Since Mr. Rajesh loan has a maturity of 2 year, you can see the maturity is how much, repayment period is how much, 2 year. So since Mr. Rajesh loan has a maturity of 2 year, so this condition is also satisfied. Now let's focus on the two key issue in this case. The two key issue are the use of the loan. The first key issue is the use of the loan, right? So the use of the loan condition is that one important condition is that loan cannot be used for certain restricted activity such as investing in agriculture or plantation, right? So this loan cannot be used for in certain restricted activity, and one restricted activity is plantation or agriculture, right? Since Mr. Arjun is considering using part of the loan for plantation activity, so this violates the RBI regulation. That's why option C is the violation. And the second key point is source of repayment. Source of repayment, right? Source of repayment. The repayment of such loan must come from inward remittance from abroad or from the NRO, NRE, or FCNR account of the NRI in India. Two sources should be there. The first source should be either NRO, NRE, FCNR account of whom? Account of the NRI, or inward remittance from abroad. Now, in this case, what is happening? That Mr. Arjun planned to, you can see clearly written, Mr. Arjun planned to repay the loan using fund from his foreign bank account. Clearly written. He is planning to repay the loan using fund from foreign bank account, which is not allowed under RBI rule, right? So that is why correct answer is option number C and D. Both C and D violate the rule. And I think Mr. Sudhanshu has answered it correctly. Okay, Sudhanshu has answered A and D. Shraddha, very good. Nice to see that your concept is quite clear. Option C and D is the correct answer, right? So here is a quick question for you. What are some other restricted activity for loan given to NRI? Can you tell me? One restricted activity is plantation and agriculture. What are some other restricted activity? Just type your answer. What do you think are other restricted activity? Can you name one or two? Loan given to NRI cannot be used for some restricted activity. One we have seen is the plantation and agriculture. Can you name one or two more? Okay, real estate. Exactly. Very good. Real estate. It cannot be used in the real estate. Right. The loan given to NRI cannot be used for real estate. Very good. Exactly. And the second is, I'm naming one relending purpose. Relending purpose. Meaning what? Giving loan to other. Right. So these restrictions are in place to ensure proper use of fund under RBI guideline. Let's summarize the key point which we have learned in this particular question. Right. Mr. Rajesh loan violated two conditions. It cannot be used for plantation activity, and repayment cannot come from a foreign bank account. Always remember to follow RBI guideline while giving loan to NRI, whether it is regarding this maturity, purpose, or repayment source. Did this explanation help you understand this topic better? Type yes in the chat if it did. So we have seen all possible conditions which need to be fulfilled for loan given to NRI. We have seen all possible conditions. So if this explanation help you understand the topic, please type yes. Okay, okay, very good, very good. So now let's move on to the next question. Okay, explain option number D. The loan can be repaid from the foreign bank account. Again, I'm explaining what is happening in option number D is that Mr. See the case study. See the case study. It is clearly written that Mr. Arjun is planning to repay the loan using fund from the foreign bank account. You see the last line. Please see the last line. It is clearly written that Mr. Arjun is planning to repay the loan using fund from his foreign bank account. Right. So since he is repaying the loan using fund from foreign bank account, which is not allowed under RBI rule, right? As per under RBI, the repayment of such loan must come from two things: either from his NRO, NRE, or an FCNR account. Suppose Mr. Arjun has NRO, NRE, FCNR account, so fund must come from either of this account or from inward remittance from abroad. But he is using his foreign bank account, right? That's why this condition violate the RBI regulation. That's why option number D is not correct. I hope Sudhanshu it is clear now, right? Two things you have to remember: either it should come from NRO, NRE, FCNR account, or through inward remittance, right? It should not from the foreign currency account, right? That's why correct answer is option C and D. Now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is regarding the same, right? Just based on the same case study, this question has been framed. Let's tackle another question on loan given to NRI. In the previous examination, in the June, I think July examination, question based on loan given to NRI was asked, right? Yes, okay, fine. Now let's see this particular question is in front of your screen. The question is that which of the following statement is true regarding the uses and repayment of such loan? Right. Let's talk about the uses and repayment. The loan amount can be remitted outside India. Option A. Option B. The loan can be credited to the NRO account of the NRI. Option C, the loan can be used for trading in transferable development right, which we call as TDR. And option D, the repayment can be made from NRO or NRE account. What do you think is the correct combination? Is it just one of them or more than one? Type your answer in the chat. I hope you have gone through the case study. Let me again show you the case study. Just wait a minute. So this is the case study regarding Mr. Rajesh and Mr. Arjun. I hope you are familiar with it. Now this is the question we are dealing with. Usage and repayment of the loan. Type your answer, whatever you think is correct. So Shraddha has answered option number B, only one. Okay. See, more than one can also be correct. So keep that in mind. I request other member to also answer, because the more you interact, the more your concept will be clear, and though the more you will be easily answered such question in examination, the more confident you will feel. Okay, fine. So before we reveal the answer, let's start with this. Can the loan amount be remitted outside India? So here the question is, can the loan amount be remitted outside India? Can we remit the loan amount outside India? Type yes or no in the chat. Okay. What do you think? Can the loan amount be remitted outside India? The correct answer is no. Exactly. The loan given to NRI are strict for use within the India. Right. As per the RBI guideline, the fund cannot be remitted abroad. Right. So option A, what it say that the loan amount can be remitted outside India. So this is wrong. Right. Option A is incorrect. The loan amount cannot be remitted outside India. Here is another question for you. Can the proceed of the loan be credited to the NRO account of the NRI? Suppose this NRI. Who is NRI here? I think Mr. Arjun is NRI. So can the loan amount, can the proceed of the loan can be credited to the NRO account of the NRI? Type yes or no in the chat. Can the proceed of this particular loan be credited to the NRO account of the NRI? Dinesh is answering yes. Absolutely right. Yes, correct. The loan proceed can be deposited into the NRO account of the NRI or PIO. Right. So option B is correct. Option B is correct. The loan can be credited to the NRO account. Right. I think if you are familiar with what is NRO, what is an NRE account, I think you know it. Right. NRO is non-resident ordinary account. Right. You are familiar. We have already talked about it in the lecture. Right. We are seeing the application part. Now, the next question is, can the loan amount be used for trading in TDR? TDR is transferable development right. Can the loan amount be used for trading in TDR? What do you think? Okay, interview question. Okay, great to know that the same question has been asked your interview. Great to know that. Okay, and not in NRA. Yes, exactly, exactly. Whether the gold amount can be credited to NRO. Okay, gold loan amount can be credited to NRO. Okay. And see, this question is from where? Your Macmillan book. So if you go through the Macmillan book clearly, you should have no confusion. And that is what we are doing in this session. That we are using each and every line of the Macmillan book and framing question based on them. Right. Okay, fine. So my question was, can the loan amount be used for trading in TDR? That is transferable development right. See, what do you think? Yes or no? What do you think? And use of fund cannot be used for trading. Exactly, very good. The answer is no. RBI prohibit the use of such loan for trading in TDR, just like it prohibit for use in agriculture or plantation activity. We have seen in the previous slide, previous question. So option C is also incorrect. Option C is incorrect. This loan amount cannot be used for trading in TDR. Now, last question. Can the repayment of the loan be made from NRO or NRE account? Can the repayment of the loan can be made from an RO and an RE account? We have already seen this concept in the previous question. All of you are requested to type yes or no. Can the repayment of loan be made from an RO or an RE account? Already we have seen in the previous question. What do you think? Can the repayment be made from an RO and RE account? Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's correct. The repayment can be made from inward remittance or from the NRO, NRE, FCNR account. So option D is correct. Option D is correct. Right. So what we have seen, let's bring it all together. The option A is incorrect because the loan amount cannot be remitted outside India. It must be used within India. Option B is correct because the proceed of the loan can be credited to the NRO account of the NRI or PIO. Option C is incorrect because trading in TDR is not allowed under RBI guideline. Option D is correct because repayment of the loan must be made from inward remittance or from NRO, NRE, FCNR account of the NRI. So the correct answer is option B and D. So who had answered B and D? I think B and D. Yes, Shraddha, very good. Nice, very good. I think you are posted in forex department, so you know everything. You are getting all the answer correct. Nice to see you have conceptual understanding. Okay, fine. Now, can you name one more restricted activity for use of loan given to NRI? Just we have seen credit department. Okay, fine. Great to know. You have a sound conceptual understanding of these things. Very nice. Now real estate activity, re-lending, right? We have just talked about in the previous question real estate activity and re-lending, right? So to summarize, always check RBI guideline when while granting loan to NRI, especially regarding the uses, repayment, and restricted activity. Understanding this rule can save you from potential violation and penalties. Right. I hope this explanation helped clarify the thing. Right. Type yes in the chat. Right. If it is clear to you. So that we can move to the last question of today's session. This will be the last question of today's session. So type yes. We will move forward. If anything is doubt, please type. Yes, fine. Okay. So let's see the last question of today's session. So this is the question again a case study, again a type of case study. This will help you clear more concept. Let me zoom it for you so that you can view the question clearly. Okay. I hope it is quite visible now. Now the question is, Mr. Sanjay, a resident Indian, want to invest in a startup company in UK along with his wife and son. Right. To facilitate this, they plan to open a joint bank account. They plan to open a joint bank account abroad, right, abroad, and pool their fund. Since his son does not have enough money, his son does not have sufficient fund, Mr. Sanjay considered taking a loan in India to cover his son's share. He then planned to remit the consolidated amount for the investment, right? So I've highlighted the key point. I have just underlined the key point which you need to know. Invest in startup company with his wife and son, right? And okay, so the question, please take a screenshot of this slide because 2 to 3 questions will be based on the same scenario. Please take a screenshot. Okay, few chapter I completed of this correspondent banking. Okay, fine. Great to know that. Great to know that my PDF help you and classes help you to understand the concept. Okay, great to know. Glad to know that. So, friends, I hope you have gone through this question. You have taken the screenshot also. Let me show you the first question for you. So, the first question is, which of the following action by Mr. Sanjay is a violation of the regulation? Opening a joint bank account abroad for overseas investment, consolidating remittance of family member for investment, taking a loan in India to fund a capital account transaction abroad, making an investment jointly with family member abroad. Type your answer in the chat. Let's say who can get it right. So this is the scenario in front of you. This is the question. So two answer I have got option C. Number C. Option number C. So let's break it down step by step. First, can Mr. Sanjay open a joint bank account abroad to facilitate an overseas investment? Please answer. Please answer my question. Can Mr. Sanjay open a joint bank account abroad to facilitate an overseas investment? Type yes or no in the chat. What do you think? Can Mr. Sanjay open a joint bank account abroad to facilitate an overseas investment? What do you think? Yes or no? Can joint account be open abroad to facilitate overseas? Yes, exactly. Very good. Resident Indians are allowed to open bank account abroad for facilitating legitimate overseas investment transaction. So this question is all about overseas investment. That Mr. Sanjay can do, right? I hope it is clear. Yes, he can invest, right? He can open a joint bank account abroad to facilitate overseas investment. My next question is, can Mr. Sanjay and his family consolidate their remittance for investment in UK? Can they consolidate their investment for remittance in UK? Type yes or no in the chat. Can they consolidate their investment? Can they consolidate their remittance for investment in you? Consolidation, they मतलब सबको जोड़ना, सबको मिक्स करना, सबसे पैसा लेकर एक जगह जमा करना, वही होता है consolidation. That means the consolidation, right? So can they consolidate the amount for remittance? What do you think? Yes or no? Shraddha, through two persons are answering yes. Exactly, you are right. The answer is yes. Consolidating remittance of the family member is allowed, provided all family member are co-owner or co-partner in the overseas investment. Remember this key point. What I am saying you, that yes, consolidation is allowed, but there is a condition. Condition is that they should be co-partner. They should be co-partner or they should be co-owner. In what? In the overseas investment, ODI, overseas direct investment. We are talking about that ODI. So option B, you can see option A, option B is also not a violation. Consolidating remittance of family member for investment, this is allowed. And opening a joint bank account, this is allowed, right? So option A and B are not violation, right? Now, my next question is, can Mr. Sanjay take a loan in India to fund his son's share of the overseas investment? Can Mr. Sanjay take a loan in India to fund his son's share of overseas investment? Because, his son does not have sufficient fund, right? So, can Mr. Sanjay take a loan in India? Type yes or no in the chat. I request other person also to participate because this will help clear their concept. Because in examination you should have a sound conceptual clarity, that then only you can tackle the BFM especially. So my question is, can Mr. Sanjay take a loan in India to fund his son's share of the overseas investment? Dinesh has answered no. What do you think? Yes, the correct answer is no. According to the RBI regulation, credit facility or loan cannot be used for capital account transaction. See, this is a kind of capital account transaction. You understand the difference between capital and current account transaction? So this is a capital account transaction, and you must remember, as per RBI regulation, credit facility cannot be used for capital account transaction, and this ODI is just a capital account transaction. I think you are familiar with this capital and current account. Current account transaction means just you are remitting money for medical purpose, for education purpose. That is current account. But since this is investment, which is a type of capital account transaction, आप कहीं प्रॉपर्टी खरीद रहे हैं विदेश में, या आप कहीं इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं विदेश में, all these are under the capital account transaction, right? So for that, RBI regulation violate. It says that credit facility cannot be used for that, right? So option C, as you can easily see, option C says that taking a loan in India to fund a capital account transaction abroad, this clearly violated. So this is incorrect. Now last one. Is it okay for Mr. Sanjay to make an overseas investment jointly with his family member? Option D, you can say, is it okay for Mr. Sanjay to make an overseas investment jointly with a family member? Type yes or no. Dinesh has answered yes. Okay, so you are saying that it is okay for Mr. Sanjay to make an overseas investment jointly with a family member. What do all the other members think? What do you think? Whether it is okay or not? Yes, absolutely. The answer is yes. Joint overseas investment with family member are permitted as long as all co-investor comply with the regulation. The condition is that all co-investor, right? All co-investor should comply with regulation. So option D is not a violation, right? Is not a violation. So let's summarize the fact. Option A is incorrect. Let me just summarize the fact which you have learned in this particular question. You can summarize it like this. Option A is incorrect. Why? Because opening a joint bank account abroad is allowed for facilitating legitimate investment transaction. Option B is incorrect because consolidating remittance of family member is permitted if all member are co-owner or co-partner. Option C is correct because loan from India cannot be used for capital account transaction such as overseas investment. Option D is incorrect because investing jointly with family member abroad is allowed if all parties comply with the rule. The question is regarding the violation. That is why option C is correct. Now here is a quick question for you, right? What is the maximum amount an individual can remit? I think we have already gone through it. That is 2.5 lakh, right? So was this question clear to you? So I hope if there is any doubt, please type. If it is clear, write clear in the chat box. So remember, whatever question we are discussing in the live session are from the previous year, right? I think it is clear, are from the previous year. So I will end this particular session here, right? I request you to join every live session that I conduct, right? And I share the notification with you in the group. If anyone have not joined the BFM comprehensive group, please WhatsApp me and I will share the link, right? Please join that, and I will. I most of the time share the give you advance notification regarding the live session. Please join the live session, right? Because the recording of this session will also be available on your course. The recording will also be available, right? Because whatever question we are discussing are from previous year, and that will help you boost your concept. And you are requested to please interact, right? So that's all for today. Let's end this session today. We have some more question. I will share the PDF of this particular session in the group. We have some more question, but time is not allowing us to move further, right? So we will discuss this question in the next session, right? Yes, sure. I will notify the previous day, obviously. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So hopefully this session was see, most of the time I will. It is sometime it is conducted in evening and sometime in morning. Most of the Sunday, on every Sunday it is in morning, right? On every Sunday it is in morning, something between 8 to 9:30 or something like that, right? And if for rest of day I will notify in the app. I will provide you one day before information. But you are requested to kindly see the Telegram group, right? Sometimes it happens that most of you are not so much active in Telegram, but I also pin that particular chat in the Telegram group, so you can go through that. Okay, fine. So that's all for today. Thank you.